Hi everyone, today we're gonna be mastering some beats, and specifically today we're only gonna be working on the EQ, how to EQ your masters for your beats. Hi, my name is Tyson. I am a mastering engineer here at Dinosaur Dog Mastering, and today we're gonna be mastering these beats provided for us by CJ Nonsense. If you like the beats inside of this video, then go check out his channel. There is a link in the description for that. Before we dive into the actual video, I do wanna let you know that I do offer free test masters to anyone interested in getting a master. You can find a link to do that in the description. There's no strings attached. You send me your unmastered song, I send back a master, and then if you decide, hey, this is amazing, then you can move forward with the project, or if not, then no hard feelings. I love doing these test masters just to open your eyes on what a real master would sound like for your song. With that said, let's dive straight into the content, how to do master EQ for your beats.
Let's get started. We're going to be using our PAS analyzer here to help us along the way. The things that I'm observing here is that we're very low end heavy, especially in like the 40 hertz range, which is fine, but it's eating up a ton of headroom. So we probably want to control that just a little bit, and especially anything under 30 hertz, nobody's going to hear anyway. So we definitely want to chop those out entirely probably. And then also we have almost no high or almost no like mids in here. And so the snare's kind of getting a little bit lost in there. So I want to bring that out as well. I'm not going to go too far in terms of trying to compensate for the high end lack of high end in this, because my assumption is that there's going to be a vocal added to this later. So I don't actually want to fully compensate for that and make this just like an instrumental track, because I know that the vocal is going to add a lot of high end to it. So I'm going to lean in that direction of kind of pushing it towards a fully mastered song, but I'm not going to go too far. Let's go ahead and add our Infinity EQ here. And we're just going to make this real steep and chop off everything under like 35.
CJ Nonsense.
So I don't really want to boost the bottom end too much, but what I'm doing here is I'm just adding a little bit of the saturation just that comes from this plugin in general. I could just run it through it, but I think just adding a little bit of that low end will enhance the overall feeling of the bottom end. So that's what I'm doing right there. I don't really want to boost it.
CJ Nonsense.
Yeah, so I went really deep with this curve just to try to bring up that entire top end quite a bit, all the way down to like basically 700 hertz. So I used a really wide bandwidth and then went all the way down to about 3K with the actual frequency. And so that's still going to grab some frequencies under it just because the bandwidth is so high. So that's basically just shelving the entire top end up a little bit to try to compensate for that low end. We're doing a lot of additive EQ here, so you can tell that we're peaking around -2 now, when originally we were peaking at -9. So we've added a lot of gain here, and we're going to add just a little bit more before we're done here. We're going to grab our Clariphonic, just enhance that top end just a little bit more.
CJ Nonsense.
Okay, so this is the next one. We're going to be EQing this beat as well. These are all pretty similar in terms of how they were produced, so I'm expecting to make some similar moves that I did last time, but we'll find out. I mean, obviously there's different instruments in here, so different synths, so we'll find out. It's really the same things that I'm hearing. I want to bring out the snare a little bit more, fill out the beat, and then the main rhythm section. We're really, really strong on that low end. I want to taper that just a tad. I think I'm going to try to use a different approach this time, though. And so I'm going to pull up my mix rack instead to try to control some of this. as I kind of mentioned before, I'm really tempted to go even further with kind of enhancing, especially the mid-range in this case, because it just feels like it's not enough to me. But I recognize that I still want to leave some space for the vocals, so I'm trying to be really intentional about doing that and leaving that space available. That's what we're gonna leave this one as, and then move on to the last one. Again, same producer, so I'm assuming similar types of moves that I'm gonna be making. One thing, just as a forewarning, if you're gonna be making beats, don't just copy what I'm doing. Be intentional about what you're actually seeing and hearing inside of the beat itself sonically, and then dealing with those issues and not just blanketly copying channel strips. I know I'm using the same, generically the same strip for each of these beats, but that's because there's similar issues in each one that I'm trying to solve. And so I'm trying to pick the right tools to solve those issues, not just blanketly using this chain for every single master that I ever do. Let's move on to the last beat that I have available. Now we have our last beat here, and we're gonna just dive right in. Same routine as normal as the last one. Let's get after it. So I really like what this is doing because it's enhancing that kick, or rather the transient of the kick in that low end, which is really nice. I feel like it was a little bit missing. It was kind of overpowered by the tail of the that 808, just kind of moving around down there. Or I think it's an 808. Anyway, doesn't matter. So that is EQing 3 different beats. And next video, we'll be actually compressing these and turning them into the final master. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you found this at all helpful. I release videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday in order to help you get better mixes and masters. Thank you for watching. Have a fantastic week.